EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martin here with your outlook for February 9th, 2024. It is Friday, end of the work week, and the Friday video forecast is proudly sponsored by McCall Collective Brewing. McCall is a family-owned and operated brewery with 2 locations in the Lehigh Valley. Their original Southside Allentown location is at 102 East Susquehanna Street, and their second location, McCall Collective Tap House in Trexlertown, is at 7743 Hamilton Boulevard. Both locations are open 7 days a week and have a full food menu. Plenty of beer to choose from for both dine-in or take-out, along with local wine and cocktails. I had the chance to try out their Hearts on Fire Raspberry Stout this past week, and I have to tell you, it is excellent. They are now pairing it this week with a dark raspberry or cheesecake truffle in advance of Valentine's Day. For details about that and all of their upcoming events, please visit their Facebook page, or to place online orders, visit their website, mccallcollectivebrewing.com, proud sponsors of the Friday video forecast. So we got a mess on our hands here coming for early next week, and we still have to figure that out. We're not at the point where we're doing that, but I do think we are getting a storm. It's before we had some options of maybe it's going to miss to the south, maybe it's going to cut well to the north. That's probably off the table. We're going to get hit with something. And maybe multiple things in this case, but we're going to get to that in a second. First, this is today. We are looking at next couple days going to be really warm, actually straight through the weekend. Very warm temperatures. And today is going to be a little bit, a couple degrees warmer than yesterday. In fact, 53 to 58 is the spread in temperatures from northwest to southeast, and also even warmer here on Saturday. But we are going to have mostly cloudy skies and maybe even a passing shower in some parts of the area, but I don't think that's going to be a big deal if you have the shower part of it here. Here is that system moving at us on Saturday. After today is just a intervals of clouds and sun. You'll have sometimes there's more clouds and sun, and then you'll have the sun come out for a while. You might have clouds increase again overnight. And then here is that next system coming through here on Saturday. Comes toward us and then kind of just falls apart. Okay, so just an isolated or stray shower with that. The NAM here this evening is not thrilled with any of this activity as we get into Saturday. It has something coming toward us here, but it kind of just falls apart. Okay, so just a stray shower. It looks like isolated shower here on Saturday. It'll be later in the day if that were to occur, most likely. But most of the day is just mostly cloudy, but it's going to be very warm. 56 to 60 is the spread in temperatures here on Saturday. Just not a lot of sun to deal with. In the wake of that, clouds in the morning, leftover clouds in the morning here on Sunday because we have a system passing off to our south. And then clouds will give way to sun in the afternoon, and we're looking at the southern parts of the area probably remain mostly cloudy here on Sunday, but temperatures will be coming down a little bit, so we're still going to be 50, 52-ish, something like that for a high here on Sunday. Still mild, but then when we get into early next week, we're capped in the 40s for highs here on Monday. Now, I'm going to switch this over to a precipitation-type image from this point forward because there is some wintry aspect possibly with this system. And it's starting to gain legs here a little bit. So this is going to come down to, as far as who gets snow, who gets rain, the track of this low. It usually is the case, right? So the European model, which I'm showing you first, is showing this system moving toward us, starting it off as showers, maybe starts off as snow far northern areas in this case, according to the European model anyway, but it's just rain showers farther south. Then as the system redevelops near the Delmarva, it starts to pull in because of all this confluence and cold air that's sitting up here. It starts to pull this in. Okay, it starts pulling it in as that system strengthens and passes off to our south and east. So around the backside of the flow around the backside of a low is like this, right? So there's an associated closed upper level low in association with this is going to help draw in some of this cold air. And in this case, in the European model's case, it changes rain over to snow, as shown here, as this pulls away. This is a very plausible idea, especially because the temperatures here on Monday are going to be generally the mid to upper 40s, right? And this is coming in overnight where it's easier when the temperatures are coming down anyway. But again, on the backside of this low, you have that flow coming around like this and changing rain over to snow and ending as snow in these interior areas. So most notably across our northern areas, north of I-78 and north, in this case on the European model, would benefit the most from any snow in this case of the European model. Some snow a little bit further south of 78, but then this pulls away here on Tuesday morning. Okay, the timing is a little bit different on the GFS. It is a little slower, and that's because the system itself is further south and digging more. The upper level feature is digging more, and that allows this thing to initiate further south and track farther to the south. This has been doing this the last couple runs here, and this is more fruitful for the entire area, especially the southern two-thirds of the region. It gets into a, so you're going to get that like I-80 and points south, all the way down to Delaware, southern New Jersey, everywhere. Okay, gets a pretty good hit of snow. This is the latest GFS I'm showing you that ran this evening, late this evening. So this has been very consistent over the last several runs. So this is very notable. Is it going to be this far south? I don't know that. Okay, nobody knows that. They can guess, they can hope one way or the other. But if it's this far south and it can draw that cold air in, it's still doing the same thing, drawing in cold air behind it because of that upper level low presence, a closed upper level low presence, and this strong low, developing low passing off to our southeast, drawing in cold air around that system. So it's pulling in the cold air, and you have rain initially right near the Mason-Dixon line and points south, and that changes over to snow there. The heavier snow, though, is I-80 and south on the GFS. So there's some leeway here, and the reason they're both doing pretty much the same thing. They're synoptically, they're not much different. It's just a matter of how far, where that upper level low is in relation to this, and where does the low track. So these are both important factors that will determine what's going to happen and exactly what time. The GFS is actually slower than the European model with this. It doesn't come in until overnight Monday night. It doesn't come in very late in the day here on Monday. It's actually overnight after midnight. All right, and this goes into most of Tuesday, and it finally tapers off late Tuesday afternoon or Tuesday evening. So this is slower evolution, allows for cold air to catch up with the system, change it over to snow. So it looks like right now we're planning on starting model analysis in the premium forum here on Friday after I do the long range. Public long range is done on Friday mornings. I'll do that, and then we'll get to the model analysis in the forum. But I would bank on probably having a first call snow map on Super Bowl Sunday. Okay, and it's looking like it's trending in that direction, at least for parts of the area. And it's not going to say, I'm not going to say one area is going to get it, another area is not, or one area has a better chance than another. Again, it could be something more like this, where it's more like up by, like north of I-78 north gets the most snow, and it's more like an I-80 storm, or is it south of I-80 and gets everywhere else south, like the GFS has? Odds are it's probably somewhere in the middle of those two, but we'll see. We'll see how that trends over here over the next 2 days. And again, first map from us would not be until Super Bowl Sunday. We would do that, of course, not at 5 o'clock because people are getting ready to go to Super Bowl parties at that time. So probably do it a little bit earlier in the afternoon, given the fact that it's a weekend and the Super Bowl is happening that day. That would be a first call. We would update it again Monday afternoon if there are any changes to the original map. And, of course, send text alerts for everybody who is subscribed for that. So but we do have an opportunity for a thread the needle system early next week. And then after that, in the wake, we turn partly cloudy and colder. This was the pattern-changing storm that we spoke about that could get us into some pretty chilly temperatures for the second half of February. So we're still on Wednesday and Thursday. You're kind of near to maybe very slightly below average for a couple days. And then once we hit the 16th, second half of February, you were solidly in the low to mid 30s there for a while. It looks like some deeper chill coming in once you get past the middle of the month. I'm EPA AWA meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for February 9th, 2024. Have a great Friday.